Hello students, I am Sanat KB from Department of Physics, RBNB College, Shrampur. According to HSC board syllabus, today we are going to see the subject physics and topic number 9 is current electricity. According to HSC board Pune of Maharashtra. This is my first lecture on the topic current electricity. Already you studied in a previous year, that is 11th standard, how current flowing through the conductor, and also you know some laws concerned with that electric current, such as Ohm's law. Again, from that Ohm's law, how to apply it to a complete circuit to find the effective resistance of series combination, parallel combination. Now, like that, when two resistors, that R1 and R2 are connected in series, then their effective resistance Rs for the series combination is given by R1 plus R2. Also you know that these resistors R1 and R2 are connected in parallel combination, that R1 and R2. Then their effective resistance for this parallel combination Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Already we study. Means for series combination, that effective resistance increases. When these resistors are connected in parallel combination, effective resistance decreases. Also you know that number of sources of EMF, like that E1, E2, these two sources, E1 and E2, sources of EMF are connected in some method, then their EMF is E1 plus E2, or that are in a difference method. This is a E1, this is a E2, and now that is the difference method. Then there is a difference in between EMFs of the cells, that is a E1 minus E2. Also in previous lecture for electrostatics, you studied that series combination of capacitors. Now here we consider our simplicity, only two capacitors are connected in a series combination. What is the effective capacity of this combination? That 1 upon Cs is equal to 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2. Now here effective capacity decreases for series combination. Again, when these capacitors are connected in a parallel combination like this one, capacity of that C1, capacity of this second condenser is C2, and now they are connected in parallel. This combination is parallel combination, and their capacity, effective capacity for this combination is C1 plus C2, means effective capacity increases here. Now these such combinations forms a network, any complicated network. Like that, we consider some network. This is positive, negative. This is a source of EMF E1. This is A2. And now this network A, B, C, D, F and G. Now this is a R1, this resistance is a R2. Now here we connect one more resistance here, that is the R3, this is a R4 and this is a R5. Now such combinations are in different ways to form the electrical network. And now we have to simplify such a network. Suppose this again connected to like such combinations get complicated, and this is the electrical network. We have to calculate the some effective resistance, effective EMFs, effective capacity of that network. We have to simplify it and to calculate these effective values of such components. And that's why there is a scientist which is known as Kirchhoff, who states their laws to simplify an electrical circuit to determine the effective values of such as current, resistance, EMF, capacities, and that laws are known as Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. To simplify such electrical circuits and find their effective values in the network. Now, before knowing these some statements of Kirchhoff's current law and voltage law, we have to know some important terms concerned with this electrical network, such as a junction. Second term is a loop, and third term is branch of an electric circuit. What is meant by junction? This junction, any point in an electric circuit at which two or more conductors are joined together is called a junction. Now here point B is a junction. Here two or more conductors are joined together. Therefore, this point B is a junction. What it mean by loop? any closed conducting path, any closed conducting path in an electric network, any closed conducting path. Suppose here we consider that conducting path along this arrow, and now this conducting path of that electrical circuit or electrical network is called a loop. This is a loop 1. Now here we consider this loop. This is a loop 2. This is a loop, suppose 3. Understand what it means by loop? Any closed path, any closed conducting path in an electrical network called a loop. Okay, this is the loop 1, this is loop 2, this is a loop 3, and so on. Now third concept, that is what it means by branch of that network. Now branch is any part of the network. Branch is any part of the network lies between two junctions. Any part of the network lies between two junctions. Suppose here junction B, this is junction B, F here. Now part between that two junctions B and F is this one, and this is called the branch of that electrical network. Now, knowing these important concepts concerned with that electrical network, that is a junction, loop, and branch of that network. And now see the one by one Kirchhoff's first law and Kirchhoff's second law. Now write that first one is Kirchhoff's current law. First one is Kirchhoff's current law. It is also known in shortly as KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. What is the statement of this Kirchhoff's law? Statement here, the algebraic sum of the currents is equals to 0, or the algebraic sum of the currents is 0 or is equal to 0. Mathematically, this statement can be written as that summation of that I, where I running from 1 to n, is equal to 0. Means algebraic sum of the currents is equal to 0. Now here summation of I, where I running from 1 to n is equal to 0, where I be the current of that ith resistor containing n number of the resistors. Now here I1 is the current in ith conductor and junction having n conductors. And now we have to explain this Kirchhoff's current law here. How to explain that? explanation of this Kirchhoff's current law. Now here we consider a number of currents meets at a junction, this point G. Two or more conductors are joined together is a junction. Now this point is a junction G. Now here consider the currents entering the junctions. This is current I1, this is current I2, this is current I3. Now this is a I4, this is again a I5, and this is I6. These currents meet together at a junction G. Now here current entering a junction treated as a positive, consider that direction of that current, and current leaving junction treated as a negative. Now according to these two concepts, what is the current entering the junction and what is the current leaving the junction? Therefore that current I1 plus I2 plus I3, these currents are entering the junction. Now these three currents are leaving the junction, therefore minus I4 minus I5 minus I6 is equal to 0. Again write this equation: I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to this I4 plus I5 plus I6. What is this LHS? I1 plus I2 plus I3. This is a current entering the junction is equal to current leaving the junction. Now we make here another statement for Kirchhoff's current law is that current entering the junction is equal to current leaving the junction, or the algebraic sum of the currents is equal to 0. Now this is about the Kirchhoff's current law. Okay. Now we have to see that Kirchhoff's second law. What is the statement of Kirchhoff's second law here, which is known as Kirchhoff's voltage law. The algebraic sum of the statement, the algebraic sum of potential differences PD and electromotive force, that is EMF, in a closed loop, is 0 or is equals to 0. Repeat again here. The algebraic sum of potential differences and electromotive forces in a closed loop is 0. Mathematically, that summation of PD from Ohm's law IR plus summation of that EMFs of that closed loop is equals to 0. This is the mathematical statement of this Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, now we have to explain this Kirchhoff's voltage law. After seeing the statement of Kirchhoff's voltage law, we have to explain that Kirchhoff's voltage law, that explanation. Now here, before explaining that Kirchhoff's voltage law, we have to see that two sign conventions. Now here, first one, now consider here the such loop consists of that resistance of R and current will be flows through it by I. Now what is the PD across this resistance? Now when tracing or we traveling the path along the direction of conductor, then PD across that conductor is treated as negative. This is the first sign convention. Now here PD across this conductor, when we traveling along the direction of that current flowing through it, that is a conventional current. At that time, PD is treated as negative. And now, when we traveling opposite to the direction of current or against the direction of electric current, then PD across that resistance is treated as positive. This is first sign convention for that electrical network. Second is, now consider the source of EMF E here. This is positive terminal, this is a negative terminal. What is the EMF of this electrical source? Now when we traveling from positive to negative, then EMF is negative here again. EMF is negative when we are traveling from this positive terminal to negative terminal of source of EMF E here. And when we are traveling from this negative terminal of source to positive terminal of source, at that time EMF is denoted as positive. EMF is denoted as positive. Okay, these are the very important two sign conventions concerned with that electrical network. And now, knowing these sign conventions, we can explain the Kirchhoff's voltage law. Consider this network A, B, C, D, F, G. This network consists of this number of resistors connected in a series and parallel combination. Now here are two sources of EMF, that is a EMF E1 and here EMF E2, this is positive terminal of that source E2, this is positive terminal of this source E1 here. Okay, now from this network we know that this B is a junction, this F is a junction. Now this is a loop 1, this is loop 2, now this is a branch. The part of that part in between the two junctions is the branch of that network. This concept you know already here. Now we have to explain this Kirchhoff's voltage law considering that two sign conventions. Now what is the direction of current flowing through? Current will be flows in this direction. Now this will be current I1, current through from this battery through this resistor R2 is I2 here. This is I3. This is I4 current, direction like that one, and here is the direction of current is I5, this one. Okay, current will be flows from positive terminal to negative terminal of this battery. This is flow from positive to negative terminal. Already you studied in that electrical circuits. Now consider this network for loop that A, B, F, G, A means this first loop. Okay. Applying that Kirchhoff's voltage law and some sign conventions, then that PD across that resistance R1 is a minus I1 R1 minus I3 R3, again here minus I5 R5 plus we are traveling from negative to positive. Such EMF is treated as a positive and therefore plus E1 is equal to 0. This is Kirchhoff's voltage law applying for loop A, B, F, G, A, and that PD and EMF, that is the algebraic sum of that PD and EMFs in any closed loop is equal to 0. This is the Kirchhoff's voltage law. And now therefore this equation becomes for that E1 is equal to I1 R1 plus I3 R3 plus I5 R5. Now this is the value of EMF of this first loop. Okay. Now we also apply that Kirchhoff's law for loop that C, B, F, D, C means this loop 2. Okay. Now again applying that Kirchhoff's law. Now here PD across this resistance R2 is minus I1 R2, then here minus I3 R3, minus I4 R4 plus E2 is equal to 0. According to sign conventions, this E2 become here positive, and therefore value of E2 is I1 R2 plus I3 R3 plus I4 I4. This is the value of EMF E2. Now, in this way, we can apply this Kirchhoff's voltage law for this network A, B, C, D, F, G here. Now, these are very important statements of this Kirchhoff's laws. Kirchhoff's law, that is Kirchhoff's first law and Kirchhoff's second law. Okay. These Kirchhoff's laws are very important laws which plays very important role to simplifying the any electrical network. Now, in this lecture we stop here.